All right, we're live on Twitch and we're live on YouTube. So let's get it popping. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 10 of From Half Court with Darren and Rob. Today we're going to be previewing a little bit more of the UFC 272. We're going to do a little miniature breakdown on Colby Covington and also the quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends got to do their combine week. I can't even talk. The quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends got to do their combine workouts these past couple days. So we're definitely going to check out their stats and see what they look like at the combine. But first, let's get into UFC 272. Yesterday we broke down Jorge Masvidal. And just to give you guys a brief explanation of what we broke down yesterday, Jorge is a street boxer from Miami. If you guys know who Kimbo Slice is, he used to do backyard street fights with Kimbo Slice. And that's how he made his way up through the ranks and made his name for himself. And eventually, he got to the UFC. So very boxing heavy. He has a really great roundhouse kick to the body. But overall, he's really a striker. At one point, he was called one of the best strikers in the sport. One of the best boxers in the sport specifically. Colby Covington, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. He is a high-paced wrestler. So not only is he going to try to get you down and take you down and hold you there, he's going to put a pace on you. And what do I mean by pace? He's going to be constantly looking to get better position, and he's going to be constantly punching you in your face. Every 2 to 3 seconds, there should be a punch coming to your face. If he's not looking for a better position, he's punching you in your face constantly. And so it might not be like the hardest punch because he's so close to you and it's not generating a crazy amount of power, but those punches add up in points to win the round, and they just add up over a course of a fight. Getting punched 100 times from close up compared versus getting punched 2 times hard as shit from far away, I think 100 punches add up over time. Did you have any questions about Colby's style, his previous fights?
Nope, I feel like I've seen him fight before.
Okay. What else can I say about Colby then? Some notable fights of his. He just got done fighting Kamaru Usman twice. The first one. So first, here's the thing about these fights though. The first time he fought Kamaru Usman, might be one of my favorite fights I've ever seen in the UFC. It's easily in my top 5 fights. It was a straight up war for 5 rounds. These dudes going back at each other, going back and forth with each other. Some people would argue right before Colby got knocked out and dropped and finished for the fight, that Colby was probably winning the fight on the scorecards. A really close fight on the scorecards. So the second fight was even bigger for me. It wasn't as close as the first fight, but it was still really a close fight. Colby made it through this fight. It went to unanimous decision for Kamaru Usman, but it was still a really good fight. And Colby has proven time and time again, especially in this last fight, that he's the 1B of that division. What I mean by that, I think Kamaru Usman is the only dude in that division that can beat him. And Colby just happens to be in the same generation, same era as him. So it's just kind of bad luck. It's kind of like Jordan in the 90s. Think about all the dudes Jordan prevented from having championships. The Knicks teams, Reggie Miller, the Hawks, Atlanta, the Cavs teams. So all those teams with great players, they were great. Reggie Miller's great. Those Knicks teams were great, but they ran into Michael Jordan, so it wasn't going to happen in that era. But they're still great, and that's how I see Colby Covington. He just happened to be in the era with the dominant fucking champion.
And you have him winning this fight.
Yes, I haven't won this fight dominantly.
Dominantly.
I think with after the if the fight lasts more than a round, I think Jorge is going to be bent over in the corner, tired, and we're going to know, okay, the stamina factor is about to really kick in, and this fight's really going to get ugly
In
because
5 rounds. In a 5 round fight, you saying one of the fighters' stamina is not going to be there in the first after the first round?
yes, and that's just
That's wild.
and that's just from a historical standpoint.
That's
Uh,
wild.
when
Does he
Kamar,
get knocked out after the first round or something? Basketball?
no, I don't think he gets knocked out. I think his boxing is still too good and is still way better. He still has a way better stand up than Colby. But I think Colby is just gonna get him down and constantly pound him and just drain his energy while he's on top of him.
I've seen be wrong with picking fights before, so don't be surprised if Masvidal just comes out and lay this dude out.
Hey, I'm no Nostradamus. Is that how you say it? I'm no
No
Nostradamus.
Stradamus.
Jorge could easily come out with another knee kick out of I said knee kick. Another knee out of nowhere and just put his lights out, but anything can happen. He game planned for that. So anything can happen. But Colby, I think, is way too high IQ of a fighter to fall for something like that. Colby is going to try to trade probably those first 2 minutes of the fight. But history has proven that wrestlers such grapplers have the advantage in mixed martial arts historically. So I'm going to take the dominant, high paced wrestler.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not.
Um,
I'm not going to pick nobody in this fight. This is one of those fights that I'm just happy to see.
yes, it is one of those fights, Darren. This is tune in. This is one of those fights. If you've never seen like a UFC fight before, you're not like a big MMA fan. This is the fight I would say, hey, tune into this. Tune into this fight. These are the type of rivalry fights when people have history and they don't like each other. That always there's no. If this turns out to be a dud of a fight, I'll be surprised. This should be a
A
banger.
rivalry fight. They've never fought before, right?
No, they have never fought in before. They used to be teammates back in the day. They used to train at the same gym. They were best friends. They literally like lived together.
Where does the rivalry come from?
So allegedly, Jorge says that Colby owed one of his coaches $12,000, $12,500 for training him, and Colby says that's not true. Jorge's making up stuff, and Jorge apparently went out of his way out of his own money and paid that coach for Colby. And he said I haven't fucked with him since because he didn't pay his coaches.
That's a weird rivalry. That's weird. I don't know if I'll call that rivalry. I don't even know if that's enough reason to be mad at somebody to go fight them.
Um,
You didn't pay that person. I decided to pay them out of my own money. I'm going to go fight you. Obviously, this is a sport, so it's a little different. But I'm talking about like the everyday person.
I think it's more of a principle thing at the end of the day because you got to think martial arts is supposed to be built off of respect and respecting your opponent and honor and all that stuff. And this guy trains you for like 2 3 months and it was part of your training camp. And you're not paying him what he's rightfully due,
Allegedly, allegedly,
allegedly.
we don't know. We don't know the truth.
But that's where it stems from, and they haven't fucked with each other since. Colby got kicked out of the gym because of that, and he's had new coaches, new training partners, all that jazz. But Colby's been winning for the most part. Besides the Kamar fights, Colby's winning.
Maybe,
I'm
he
pretty
did the
sure
right thing.
Colby has only lost 3 fights in his career.
Maybe he did the right thing leaving that gym.
Well, he didn't leave; he got kicked out.
Maybe there's a little bit of both.
Yeah, he only has 3 losses in his career. Jorge. So here's the thing. You know all that crap I just said about Colby. He's the 1B of the division. He just happens to be in the wrong era. That type of thing.
Can you hit the fight
Jorge
card while you
is.
talk?
What'd you say?
See the entire fight card. Can you click that while you talk?
Oh, you want to see his fight history?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you want to see the card?
the fight card. Yeah.
All right. There you go. Uh, yeah, okay. It starts at the top.
My fault. I mean, fuck.
No, you're fine. I just gotta remember where I was. Uh,
Jorge.
oh, Jorge. So all that stuff I just said about Colby Covington being the 1B of the division, being excellent, not being, and just happening to be in the wrong era where he's with Kamaru Usman. Jorge is kind of opposite. Jorge is kind of a journeyman, which is not a bad thing. It's just he had like basically kind of a tough start to his career. He was what we would call a 50-50 fighter. He would win one, lose one, win two, lose one. He could never get put on like get like a streak together to make a run like at a title or the top five. He just got really hot like 2 years ago, 2019, 2018, and went on this run where he knocked out Ben Askren, Darren Till, Nate Diaz, and he finally got a title shot, and he was probably one of the hottest guys in the sport. So historically, Colby's a better fighter, and from what I've seen with my eyes, Colby's a better fighter. So everything says that Colby should dominate this fight.
Vegas got him winning.
Yes, Colby is actually a I don't know the exact odds, but he's plus 300. I'm sorry, he's minus 300, and Jorge's plus 252 or something like that.
Gotcha. Well, sounds exciting. Sounds like a good fight. I don't know if I'm just going to tune in for that fight though. I don't know if the rest of this fight card really makes me
So
excited.
here's the thing. Let me show the people the fight card real quick. Because this is actually a really solid pay-per-view card. Uh, Unfortunately, the main event got redid. They were trying to get Islam in here, but they weren't able to. But they got this guy, another up-and-coming guy. This is a big fight for him. This is what I call. This is how you make your name. You got a short notice pay-per-view against a former champion, a former star of the sport, who's older, who's probably not going to be here for another year or two. You go knock him out and go make your name. Because if you go knock out RDA, everybody's going to know who you are. And guess what? You might not get another main event slot, but you're definitely probably going to get another ranked fight. And it's going to help you move up the rankings faster.
Bernardo Bernero.
So this is a big fight for him. Bryce Mitchell, Edson Barbosa. Bryce Mitchell is a really great grappler. His jiu-jitsu is really, really good. He's a country boy, though. So I think he's kind of mixing that country boy strength with his jiu-jitsu, which I think makes an interesting factor. He's real old school about it. I think he said he doesn't lift weights. He just works out. He just works on his farm. He lifts like hay and shit and stuff for his workouts. So he's working out. It's just with more natural things than just pure weights. Edson Barbosa is a kickboxer. I wouldn't call him a star in the sport, but everybody knows who he is. He has really great leg kicks, really great stand up. As I said the other day, though, he is Brazilian, and Brazilians are known for having really good jiu-jitsu. So I want to see a pure jiu-jitsu American versus a kickboxing Brazilian. I think that will make a fascinating matchup. Does Edson Barbosa's natural jiu-jitsu just kick in to help him out in the fight? Interesting fight. Kevin Holland is must-watch TV. He lost his last two fights, but this man doesn't stop talking. He's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. I watched him knock out a guy. He told the guy to his face, "I saw this in a dream." Then 5 seconds later, knocked him out. I'm not exaggerating that story at all. I saw this in the dream, then knocked him out. Hey, Darren, when I tell you this, Kevin Holland was on his back, laying on his back, told the guy, "I saw this in a dream," knocked him out 5 seconds later.
And why would you talk to somebody in the middle of a fight? Okay, leave that alone. Oh, wow.
Alex Cowboy Oliveira. He's another journeyman. He's been in the sport a long time. Uh, this is a big fight for Kevin Holland. If Kevin Holland can't get past Alex Oliveira, we need to reevaluate how we look at Kevin Holland's MMA career. Honestly, in my opinion, because he's a good striker. He's a good striker with long arms, and he can touch people up. The last one I want to do is Greg Hardy, former NFL player. You know, got kicked out the NFL for domestic
We
abuse
don't
and
got to talk
violence.
about his bad side of. We just
But
continue.
he's in the UFC now. And honestly, no matter how much people don't like him, how much I don't care for him, he's actually had a decent UFC run. He's actually gone way farther than I thought he was going to go. He's very athletic, as you can see from his NFL career. He has a great pop in his hands. He has the knockout power that you need to have in your hands to be a heavyweight in the UFC. So he's a very interesting prospect. I still look at him as a prospect. Um, but yeah, I just kind of want to see where his career goes. He's still a really interesting prospect for me, and he's still really young in his MMA career. But yeah, that's all I wanted to. That's all I want to hit right now.
I'm talking about his opponent,
I don't know anything about his
Sergey
opponent.
Spivak. Am I saying that right? Not gonna talk about this, man. The polar bear. That's a
I
great nickname.
this is one
First,
of the things. This is another big thing for me. I've never seen this guy fight before. I've honestly never heard of this guy, but I've heard of Greg Hardy. So if this guy goes out there and beats Greg Hardy, somebody I already know, that's how you make a name for yourself. That's a great way to make a name for yourself. Looks like he has a great record. 5 KOs, 6 submissions. If he could drown Greg Hardy in this fight if he
he
wants
ran.
to.
He wins every way.
Yeah. So this should be an interesting matchup for Greg Hardy. It looks like a tough fight. And this nigga's
Where's
called
he
the Polar
from?
Bear. I don't know how to pronounce that, dog.
Uh, Moldova. Chin. Chennai. I'm not trying to mess up his home country. Not just feel bad.
Chisinau.
Chisinau.
Chisinau. Oh, it's
Chisinau.
part of Romania. Why didn't they just? Why can't they just say that?
Chisinau.
I would have been better with just saying that. Actually, I need to get on my geography, but okay, that's cool. Polar bear. I'm gonna do some more history or do some more research on him before the fight starts.
Definitely.
But we can go ahead move to the next topic.
Definitely. All right.
Definitely excited for the fight though.
All right. So the next topic is going over NFL draft combine because that's been going on these past couple of days. So let's just see what's going on. I know the quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends have done their workouts, so let's just check them out. Let's look at some quarterback 40 times.
Doesn't mean Raiders facts. That was running 4-5 at the quarterback position. That's kind of stupid.
Um, how how
He,
do
only,
how do you feel about these
he didn't
quarterback
even run.
prospects?
He didn't run. Desmond Ritter didn't even run all like that in college.
Wasn't it like weren't they running like an air raid type system at
I'm pretty sure.
Cincinnati?
And handing the ball off to the running back, they had a good running back. Get the ball to the tight end and running back, but I don't remember him running all like that. Yeah, around 4-5. Jeez, what does he do out the pocket?
How do you feel about Desmond Ritter?
He's fast. Did you go back to all time?
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he's fast. Tied for fourth.
That's actually pretty impressive. Yeah, is he just the most athletic quarterback in the class?
Definitely. It says you drop right there. I'm not too impressed on what quarterbacks having their cuts unless they just in a pocket going back and forth.
That just tells me he has straight downhill speed.
Let's see the
What do you want to see?
full position. Let's go to the running backs.
I don't think they've done it yet.
Oh, that's all right. Let's go to receivers. That boy flying. What school did he go to?
My Baylor.
This is
Hopefully, we don't get flagged for this. Mm.
that's stupid. That is stupid.
That type of speed to him get you drafted alone.
As long as you can catch
What's the
too.
prospect grade out of? Okay, they have like a little priority.
Breakdown.
Huh? They have
Can you
like
zoom in
a
on this?
on this grading system.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Grade 8. Perennial All Pro 7, 7.5. Pro Bowl talent 7. Year 1 starter 6.7. Will eventually be an average starter 6. Oh wow. This is a good breakdown. Who came up with these categories?
I didn't know this was even a thing. I actually think this is actually phenomenal. Um, that kid we just watched run, he was at like a 5'9". So they said he's fast as shit, but he's going undrafted.
What? You
It's
talking
funny.
about the
This
guy
was
who just ran the 4.2?
yeah. His prospect rate was 5'9", which
What the hell
equates
did he do
to.
wrong? What's his weaknesses? Go up a little bit.
You want to see his stuff?
No, let me see his weaknesses.
Bone
Bone
thin.
thin and likely to stay that way. Strong press coverage could eliminate him for the game. Good. That's not good. Hands are extremely small for the. Gosh, dang, y'all be just tearing these people apart.
Hand
Linear
size is a big deal
releases.
though, in my opinion.
You said what?
I think hand size is a big deal though.
I think the best thing I've seen that I would say is that strong press coverage could eliminate him for the game. Could struggle to hang on through contact. Needs to stack defenders when he gets them beat. So yeah, he's probably not that great.
Sprinting background that explains his speed. Good productivity and healthy 2019, 2021. Play speed sets up easy slants and hitch throws. Short area foot quickness for a taller receiver. Tape is full of route separation. Poised and ready on 50-50 deep sideline shots. Tougher than his frame might have you believe. Sticky hands with a plus catch radius.
Mm.
Instinctive in space with feel for zone bodies. Above average feel for footwork near boundaries.
I mean, they hyped you up on the strength side, but they try to take away a good amount of that on the weaknesses side. We're not going to lay into them. Let's go to the next person.
You want to go back to the quarterbacks now that we know how to see their shit? Or you want
Or
to stay
let's just do
right here?
2 or 3 to quarterbacks. I just want to see their weaknesses and strength.
Damn it. All right, you want to look at first Desmond since we were already talking about him? You freeze on me?
No, here.
There you go. Okay, you're
Can
moving now.
you hear me?
No, I didn't hear what you said at all. What's up?
No, just you click on.
Okay. So they gave him a 6'3", which would mean he would be traits or talent to be above average backup. So let's look at his strengths first.
And jump in production and play from 2020 to 2021. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Team captain who plays with confidence and command on the field. Mobile and athletic, but looks to win from the pocket. That's
That's
what
good
I
to know.
just got done saying. I was like, I did not know he was that fast. That's crazy. Pocket poise with easy slide away from pressure points. Quick to process what the defense shows him, use eyes to hold single high safety and set up a deep shot. Patient in allowing routes to mature and uncover. Mobility to elude pressure and reset launch points outside the pocket. Machine like mechanics and footwork. operates from a well-balanced platform, able to pump and alter target choice when needed, changes speeds and alters touch underneath, throws the out route with timing and break anticipation, speeds to turn a scramble into a chunk play.
All those sound
I
really
agree with
good.
most of those.
Yeah, all those sound really good.
Like that was all pretty much on point. They did a really good job breaking him down. Weaknesses: deep balls have tendency to come up short, so probably not the biggest arm. Gives safeties times to give gives safeties time to range over the top from the post. Also, they can get over to the other side of the field if they're playing in the middle of the field, probably. Um, Average arm strength for tight window throws. Yeah. Wind up slows overall release quickness. Probably need to get that quickness up on the release. Slower operation time led to 26 career back passes.
For PFF.
Okay, I'm confused by that, but I'm leave that one.
Why?
Struggles in throwing receivers open. Inconsistent accuracy on intermediate throws. Rarely gets all the way through his progressions, which is sometimes not a terrible thing. Playing on offensive line. Average elusiveness could bring heavy punishment as a runner. So he just doesn't get out of bounds or he doesn't get down. Below average placement and velocity for pro throws. Peels back and over the top of the pocket, leading to sacks.
Hills back and over the top of the pocket. Does that mean he just drops back too far?
He tries to, that's what I'm guessing. He tries to
You
get
probably
out the
do that
pocket.
shit you be doing to men.
We're not about to do this right now. I think.
Oh man, you cut out. You gotta start over.
We go here because I'm guessing that's the next person.
Start over. We missed everything you just said. And now he's gone. That's crazy. Hey, we have a chatter. We were just talking about Desmond Ritter. Darren, say hi to Mello. If you're not frozen, you're frozen. Shit. All right, Darren, say hi to Mello real quick before we get back into this.
Say hi to Melo.
Yeah, Mello's watching us.
Ooh.
I don't know. It was something nigga on Twitch.
What's good? We're all funny. Let's go to Kenny Pickett.
All right, let's go to Kenny Pickett. So just to let you know what we're doing, we're just breaking down prospects from their draft profiles on NFL.com. So he got a 6.39. Homeboy we just watched had like a 5.9 or something like that, right?
Oh,
So we'll be
sick,
good
bro.
started within 2 years.
Within 2 years.
That's interesting because remember, he's the best quarterback in this class, and they say this class is not that. They're not that high on this class.
And receiver, yeah. Is he the next Joe Burrow or Kyler Murray? Go back real quick. Is he the next Joe Burrow or Kyler Murray? Who were who were early picks after being 1 year wonders. Some team will try and make that connection and will overdraft him. That's a lock. Dang.
Yeah,
I
somebody's
mean,
gonna
he's a good.
overdraft him. There's no this,
He's a good.
but it depends what you mean by overdraft. Is Washington taking him at 11, overdrafting him because they need a
No,
quarterback?
they need a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
More than anything, they probably need a quarterback. Maybe a DB, but they have a running back. They have solid receivers. Their receivers need to stay healthy. They need to stay healthy. But ultimately, their offensive line wasn't terrible. You still hear me?
Yeah.
Their offensive line wasn't terrible. It was just the fact that Ryan Fitzpatrick got hurt week 1.
Hmm. All right, let's look at a little bit of his strengths and weaknesses. So he broke Dan Marino's pit passing record. Comes from athletic family and bloodlines. Has good size and all the physical tools needed as a pro. Jaw dropping improvements across the board from 2020. Touchdown to interception ratio went from 13-9 in 2020 to 42-7 in 2021. That's huge. Passing scheme required to fill passing scheme required full field reads. Required full field reads. What does that
Passing
mean?
scheme required full field reads. Okay.
I feel like that's not a sentence.
I mean, you just had to read the full field. That's what they was trying. They was trying to get at that. You because of the offense he was in, he had to go through all his reads.
Gotcha. Okay. Good recognition and decisions on combo route throws to all levels. Potential to get better at recalibrating reads when with more work. Worked with improved anticipation and tight spiral throwing into windows. Velocity to stay ahead of closing coverage. Arm strength to push deep outs without a problem. Able to extend play and win on the move with his arm. Arm talent to make off platform throws. Elusiveness to escape a free runner and scramble for yards.
Yeah, all makes sense to me. All I've seen on the tape. That's everything I've seen on the tape.
His tape looked really
I
good
did.
this year too.
I didn't know his TD to interception ratio went low as that. That's a dramatic jump. That's dramatic. Like that's dramatic. Or maybe he just didn't start that year, the year before, because that's just dramatic.
That's
That is
went
a
from
come
like you were
up.
struggling to all of a sudden you're just hot and you don't you just it's just you're just hot. Everything you're just making
Yeah,
every throw. Yeah.
that's struggling to win in the conference.
You know what I'm saying?
Like for real. Let's go to the weaknesses.
Some scarring from previous protection issues. Nervous feet and poise can get the best of him despite clean pockets. Drifts outside pocket rather than climbing to scan. Feet don't always follow his eyes when throwing. Poor placement and touch added to drop issues. Finesse throws into buckets are below average. Better timing would prevent contested catches. Can improve at making leading throws. Doesn't throw with much of an expedited release. Needs to take the incompletion instead of the sack.
So
Basically, throw it away.
that last one, he's like Carson Wentz. He just keeps looking down the field, looking for a big play.
Yeah, that's what it
That
sounds like.
okay? Some of those things can be coached out of you. I'm not too mad about that, but some of it is when they say the first one is some scarring from previous protection issues. Let's be real. Most of the time, when you're a quarterback, you don't get drafted into, especially the top quarterback prospect. You don't get drafted to a team that has an offensive line that's good. So that's a little bit concerning. That the drifting outside the pocket instead of scanning up. Um, Most of the stuff with the throws, I believe he can be coached on. So the poor placement when touch added to the drop, I feel like that finesse or not the finesse. His feet don't follow him when his eyes or something like that. I understand all of that, but I feel like all of that can be coached out of him. But the if you had a bad offensive line, you had a line. That's all you know. Nervous feet, all of that. That's all you know.
Um, is there anything else you want to say about him that you want to talk about that you noticed? They actually
Andy
got everything on
Dalton
this
is
bitch.
prime years.
We need to start reading all this bitch.
Yeah, we might
Um,
have to come back to this next week. Um, Andy Dalton in his prime years. I guess I kind of see that. But I think
so
he's
is
more.
so
He has more of an arm.
are they saying that he's most likely to be Andy Dalton, but his ceiling is possibly, hopefully, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray? Is that what that's kind
I
of saying?
see. I think he has more of an arm than more of an arm of like a Kyler Murray of a baseball player, like one of those bigger arms.
Mm.
But he's going to get more. He has to get more accurate down the field. So I guess that's exactly what they're saying. Like, okay, worst case scenario, maybe you're Andy Dalton. Best case scenario, you're Kyler Murray, probably, but bigger.
Hmm.
I wonder what team he goes to, man. I
That's
really,
gonna be really, really interesting.
and on top of it, if he let's just say if he lands with the football team, first off, good thing because you don't want to be going up against the football team with that defensive line. The bad thing is Philly got a good defensive line, and Micah Parsons is going to be there for Dallas for the next couple of years. So you're going to see them twice a year. And Leonard, I'm about to say Leonard Floyd. I feel like I'm gonna mess up his dude's name from the Giants. But yeah,
All right. We probably should do like at least two more people. You think?
let's do one more real quick. We gotta agree on the person though. What position? What you thinking?
Let's do one of those cats from Ohio State. You want to do Olave or Garrett Wilson?
It's up to you.
Let's do Garrett Wilson. I've been hyped on him since he first committed to Ohio State.
Why are these receivers so fast? This is ridiculous, man. These receivers are just getting faster and faster every year, man.
4.38.
Moving. Man, 4.38, vertical jump 36, broad jump 123, which is pretty crazy. 20-yard shuttle 4.3.
Mm. Had a good next gen stat grade, whatever that means. Next gen stats grade is calculated by a complex algorithm based on a combination of college production, athleticism. Prospects are graded as elite blue, good green, average yellow, or below average red. And he has a green.
Let's scroll down and see what he got.
My bad. I didn't mean to. So his prospect grade is 6.5. So that would put him boom or bust potential. So they think this dude's either gonna be a fucking superstar or he's gonna be out the league in 2 years. That's basically that's what I see from boom or bust potential. They really
Okay.
don't know. They don't have any comparisons for him, which I can kind of see because his homie can jump out the gym. But his overview. Wilson's game is lacking in polish, but some scouts believe his play, strength, and run after the catch ability make him a more valuable draft commodity than Ohio State teammate Chris Olave. He's a linear inside/outside receiver with trouble eluding press cleanly and is very inefficient with routes over the first two levels. His long speed is good, but the acceleration burst is what makes him such an effective separator in space. He might not be smooth getting there, but he has eye-popping ball skills when it's time to go make a play. Wilson needs to work on his ability to consistently uncover on all three levels, but he has the traits to become a very good receiver too if he tightens up areas of concern. So I actually like
Strength.
that description of him. That's actually pretty interesting because he does have amazing ball skills. He jumps out the gym. Definition of go get the ball at its point at the top. He does that every single time. And thinking back on his Ohio State career, I kind of see he really didn't get crazy separation from people. He was just making crazy plays over people. Olave was the one getting
Yeah,
like behind the defenses and stuff.
yeah, he's the one burning people.
So that's interesting.
All right, so Strengths made 27 catches for 371 yards and 6 touchdowns over his last 3 games. My lord, that is crazy. That is nuts. Deceptive speed seems surprise single. He's probably how tall is he? Scroll back up real quick.
6 foot.
6 foot. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Deceptive speed. Instant acceleration creates his play fast profile. Shows shows for mixing speed inside the route. Huh? Shows feel for mixing up speed. Okay, so he could just accelerate
Yeah,
and
they could have said
decelerate
that way
within his
better.
route. Yeah, okay. Play strength to fight through route pressure and get back on track. Yeah, definitely saw that on tape. Consistent to separate on deep ends, posts, and go routes. Hands are instinctive and sudden and strong. Good hand extension to pluck throws away from his frame. Hang hang time leaper and mid-air contortionist. Brings in really difficult jump balls with and 50-50s and flip and go talent after the catch. Experience as a punt returner. Those are some really good. I think he's going to be balling with that. Weaknesses: linear release will get touched up by press. I mean, yeah, because he's going to be playing better corners. Takes off without a clean route plan, a clear route plan.
I don't know what
So
that means either.
he's just freestyling the route. Is that what you're saying? He doesn't know when he's supposed to accelerate or cut back. He's just doing it when he wants. I'm leaving it alone. Needs better route adjustment in traffic. Route running is raw and segmented. Okay. Sloppy footwork in and out of intermediate breakpoints, hindered by elongated stem and excessive stutter stepping. Suffered from focused deep drops near the sideline. Average win rate in battle for positioning. So essentially, everything that they said in the overview, his intermediate routes, his short routes need to be worked on. That's kind of what it
Yeah,
all sounds like. That
it sounds like he's a once he gets going downfield, that's where he becomes unstoppable. Once he's downfield,
he kind of sounds like and I don't really like this comparison too much, but he kind of sounds like a faster Chase Claypool to me.
I when I was reading it, I was like, damn, this describes exactly how Chase plays. But Chase is just
Mm.
big.
Yeah, a lot or I keep saying a lot. He's faster though. Wilson's faster. I would think faster than Claypool.
Yeah, he's probably way faster than Claypool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Claypool
We
runs like a 4.4 or something, like a high 4.4 or something like that.
we can end it out on that, but we rooting for all of them. Rooting for all of them.
Especially them O
All of
State
it.
boys.
Definitely. Definitely. Buckeye Nation. You know what it is.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning into this episode of From Half Court. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Like